Every day, our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics.
Nobody's ambition is what the blood.
I have fought a very family.
Natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honorable
you human
on the point of order.
Honorable
They are not picking our cause. They made up their minds.
So no agreement with the EU, but
Hello, good evening and welcome to ATN's Press Roundtable. Press Roundtable is a convergence of media practitioners who dissect news and current affairs to provide the right balance. So today on Press Roundtable, we'll be discussing from Benue State company to build brewery as residents spend 850 million naira on beer monthly. And coming from Lagos State, police arrest fake medical doctor. Security Army Chief reiterates commitment to soldiers' welfare. And on this evening, just stay tuned. And
from the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-the-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Every day, our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics.
Nobody's ambition is what the blood.
I have fought a very family.
Natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
people into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honorable
you human
on the point of order.
Honorable
They are not picking our cause. They made up their minds.
So no agreement with the EU, but
viewer, thank you so very much for joining us this evening on Press Roundtable. Might have you again on the show.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, now let's take this story. It's coming from Benue State. Benue State government has concluded plans to start production of beer brand to stop capital flight to other states. The managing director of Benue Investment and Property Company, Dr. Raymond Asiamaka, disclosed this to journalists on Tuesday. He said that the beer's name will be unveiled during its launch in December. Asiamaka, who took journalists on a tour of the proposed brewery, water and bakery factories in Makurdi, the state capital, said that the initiative to set up a brewery came as a result of recent studies showing that a huge amount of money leaves the state every month on beer consumption. Asiamaka said the company was out to give Benue and Nigerians a high premium quality beer made in the state using local raw materials. He said that BIPC was not in competition with any brewery company, therefore would do everything for the people to enjoy a beer with a difference. He said basically when we came on board, I quote him, we understand that the rate of alcohol consumption in the state is between 850 million. Okay, he said 850 million per month. And he said, and I quote, we understand that the people that are selling these beers have taken this money out of Benue State. So we discovered and said, no, all what we need to do is to float a new company that we can be able to observe and retain the cash flow within the system. That is why we are embarking on beer production. This 850 to 870 million is a monthly sale of beers in the state, and within the state of December, they have made 1 billion naira in sales. So one of the things we are doing is to help retain the cash flow within the system. And the fermentation period is 15 days. And I quote, we will crash the price of beer in the state, but we are not going to compete with them. Other breweries, we want to retain the cash within us. It is our own thing. So the people here, our brothers and sisters, should be able to key in and take our products, he said. Now, while stating that raw materials will be locally sourced, Asiamaka stated that the factory would commence full production by the first week of December. And they said what we want to do is that this season we want to give people seedlings so that we can go back to production and take those products from them and plant and harvest, he added. Well, that's it on that story about the Benue production. As you can see there, they are actually trying to say they want to build breweries so that the residents, because they spend a lot of time, a lot of money in consumption of this product. But when we are discussing about this issue, first of all, before coming on this stage, someone was saying that this is just to encourage alcohol intake in the state. I don't know if you're looking at it at that point. I said, not at all, right? Well, I know you must have a different view. That's why you're here. They said that they want to make sure that people get intoxicated and they sell their own product. Not just that they are being in competition with others, but in a way, it's also trying to be in competition with other people. So is it the way you're looking at it, that they are trying to make people to get, to be alcoholic? Is that the way you're looking at it?
Well, first of all, before we can say it is a wise decision,
okay,
that the Benue Investment and Property Company should go into investing in brewery, production of beer and other alcoholic beverages, I think they should be able to carry out a statistics, a research that will prove that there is a kind of high cost or high consumption of beer in Benue State.
Okay.
To say they spend as much as 850 million naira, which is almost 1 billion naira monthly for alcohol, it may sound huge, but we may not know the level it is, whether it is high or it is low, until there is a a kind of research conducted across other states to find out what is the rate or the value of beer consumption across other states in Nigeria. And then if it is established that they actually spend such high amount of money, then it becomes a wise investment for the state to key into such investment. But be that as it may, I am of the opinion that whether or not the beer consumption in Benue is higher as compared to other states or not, they are resolved to invest in that particular sector or in such product that takes a whole of 850 million naira monthly. Is a wise investment, seriously, and should not be in any way be misconstrued to mean that they want to encourage a kind of increase in the rate of alcoholic drinks, or it is not, because they are not saying, the government or the Benue Investment and Property Company, they are not saying that going forward after the investment, they are going to be giving subsidy or subsidize the cost of beer in Benue State. It is when they subsidize the cost of beer in Benue State that they have automatically encouraged the level of the kind of the intake. That means people will tend to take more because they are buying it at a lower cost. But in as much as their intention is to invest so that their money that goes out, the capital that goes out to other states, which he described as capital export, will be trapped by the state. The money will no longer be leaving Benue State. Rather, it will be revolving within the state coffers. But another pertinent question is, how about the management? Has government proven to be a good businessman? How well are they going to manage it? Because there are a lot of issues that bedevil companies that are manned by government. You understand me? Such as succession, or a successor may come and may not like such kind of investment and may decide to completely abandon it. Before you know it, will go moribund. So how do they intend to manage it very well? Or are they going to finally hand it to a private company to manage for the government of Benue State? But however, let them do the first thing first, which is the investment that they have proposed that by December they are going to do such investment. We look forward to have them set a very brand new record.
Yeah, I think it's all about revenue in the state as well. Whatever the case may be, I think time will tell. Time will prove them wrong, and
Sure.
time will prove them right. Okay. Now, we also have another story coming from Lagos State. It said that Zone 2 Police Command Oniko Lagos has arrested a 37-year-old fake medical doctor and practitioner with suspected forged certificates. The Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of the zone, Olatoyi Durosimini, confirmed the arrest on Tuesday while parading the suspect before newsmen in Lagos. Durosimini said that operatives of the zonal anti-piracy unit arrested the suspect, who claimed to be the managing director of Skylink Medical Center in Ikorodu. Based on the intelligence gathered by the command through members of the Elekpe community concerning the activities of the suspects, a team of detectives led by SP Miriam swung into action, he said. The officers arrested the suspect, conducted a search and recovered 2 suspected forged certificate of Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, Osun State, and Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, MDCN. Also recovered were immovable hospital equipment, he said, adding that the hospital complex had been sealed pending the outcome of an investigation. Durosimni said that the suspect confessed to the electronic production of the certificate, as he neither obtained any degree from the university nor any certificate from certificate qualification. The police chief said that part of the suspect's confession was that he had a total of 6 members, 2 of whom were trained nurses, while 4 were amateurs. Did you get that story from Lagos State?
Wow.
This is quite pathetic, and this is really bad. I don't know the adjective to qualify this because, you know, most of these hospitals and clinics, we also have them around. But because the agencies, I think they are not doing really work enough for them to allow this. Because if you know, the person has practiced for a long time, printing certificate, because it was printed electronically. That is how he obtained that, and he's performing. Man, now the question is, those agencies, the bodies regulating that, are they not really making a proper supervision on what is going on before they give them go-ahead order, before they approve the setting of the hospital? Because they check your authenticity of your certificate. They will check you in and out, trace you from the university if you're qualified, because life is at stake, you know. And he also have other staffs working with him. What do you have to say about the agency regulating this body?
Well, what I would say is that who knows that you are not competent, you don't have the professional knowledge or training to do this thing. Because of the slang, money speaks. They will say your offer, just give me the certificate. Let me give you 1 million. Sign for me. Let me give you 2 million. And some of them will just risk it, say, after all, is it my father's business? Let there be such a legal framework that will make sure that the heads of such persons rose, not just the person, the principal, the culprit himself, but everyone who has aided and abetted in
I think most of them used to bribe them and give them money. That
Exactly.
is when you said that they have to scrutinize the body that approved it.
Yes.
Because before you make such an approval, you know.
And then while they were outside the country, they obtained a degree,